Good night. So it will be a short update on the renting towards God. Really, I must say, sometimes the law is justified. You justify. By the way, I like this series, Justified. I've seen all the 6 seasons, and it's kind of like, it's popular. So, it's not like Shakespeare or Chaucer, but or Boccaccio, but I actually like the Justified. So I see that there is like a miniseries, continuing miniseries, and I think if I have the chance, I'll watch it. I like the whole family issues that the whole almost all the series is surrounding the issue of families. Now family is not a new thing. There are many important works of drama surrounding the issue of family, but I really like the way that they did it. Like they executed this issue with families of crime, and it's really nice. Justified. So you should justify the Lord because He's smart and benevolent, but sometimes I really don't understand why He chose me to born and to act in this country. It's a trash can. Israel is a trash can. Of course, it's these kind of thoughts only are getting amplified after another show of Shabaknik, in the 1000th time again, the same movie again and again, the same thing that they do for 40 years. They do it again and again and again. And sometimes you ask yourself, why do I need to repeat? Why is this eternal repetition again? Eventually it will, what do you think will eventually happen? What? That didn't happen until now. Your situation is only getting worse. Israel is only getting more and more, disgusting, and the credit of Israel among the nations is only getting lower. Everything is just, and you don't have, I do not cooperate at all with you. You don't get any of the nanobots, or maybe scraps from the bottom of the barrel, but even from the trash can you don't get it. So, what do you expect to achieve? It's only getting worse with the years. Your situation is only getting worse. And again, the same rituals that I've seen 1,000 times, the same triggers, and you smell the agents. They don't even need to open their mouths, and it's all mouths. It's just, they have the UHF chip in the ear, and they get commands, and it's like zombies, 100% zombies. But it's nothing new. Just every time it happens, again and again, I ask the Lord, why am I here? I understand there is a gate in Israel, but I don't understand why it's just why is it good reason for me to be here? Because honestly, I don't do anything with the gate. From my point of view, it should be stayed closed forever, because humans obviously don't need it and don't use it for in a good way. So and to say that I think they should stay closed. I could have been in any other place as well. And of course, there are many Titans, females in Israel, but they are okay with the situation. They are okay with being slaves. They are fine with the fact that they don't have children and they don't have sex at all. They are fine because they, as I said many times, they get in return to any shred of humanity that they relinquished, they get the privilege of being mouses for the Shabak and the Mossad, which is probably something that they like very much, the privilege of being able to speak and to guide and to consult and to treat. They like treatment and to advise forever and ever. I found it ridiculous that people relinquish their natural rights to be mothers and to be to love and to be loved and to have sex. All of that, they relinquish all of that and all hope of getting it. And along the years there were a lot of hope to get it, but they relinquish all of it just for the great privilege and status of being a mouse for the Shabak and the Mossad. They need more mouses. They are 100% made of mouse. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. But that's the choice of the Titans in Israel. They prefer being mouses than being human beings, or even more than that. What is and ask the Lord again and again, okay, that's their preferences. Why am I here? Really? What am I? I feel that I'm in the bottom of the barrel, in the most disgusting place, with the most disgusting people. So what if there is a gate here? I have no interaction with that, and from my perspective, it should stay closed forever. So what's the? It's a country that is made out of mouses. Also mice, but mouses. Like people that speak endlessly moving their mouths and tongues without any kind of like real life consequences. Anyway, so as you've seen in the short video, the amplifier I connected it to electricity after I tweaked the connector, but it didn't work. So obviously it doesn't work. I mean, it makes sense because why should it be left here? I mean, it looks in good condition. If it was working, like people would have taken it. So it's probably just broken. So I used it for another like experiment with this time with a little bit of meat, actually grounded meat. Because I mean, maybe the Neros like grounded meat. I mean, who are we to actually to judge them for it? I mean, they handle. I mean, we know that the slides with the meaty things, like with the bugs, the flies, and the beetles, I mean, were very successful. So maybe it's just because they like the meat. So and there is actually a good strong magnet, but it's 22 watts now. This one is actually 100 watts, and right now I really have nothing to do with it because I don't have the connectors and I don't have like. It probably doesn't work as well, and like I have nothing to connect to it, so I will open it, and actually, I mean, the way that I open it, it doesn't ruin it yet. I mean, we'll see what. I mean, as I said, I need to study more the relationship between electromagnetism and speakers, but maybe this will have a very strong magnet, so we can have more experiments. And I prepared slides, even though they will be very very low quality because they are made out of plastic, but I just glued pieces of plastic together. So we'll have more slides because what I do now is that I clean the slide after every time. So it's a shame, and I want to do more than one in like. So hopefully I'll have more slides, even if they will be very very low quality. But I need more slides, so I prepared a little bit, and we'll have more. We'll conduct more experiments, and also all these experiments, it's also connected to electricity. So we'll see later. And as I said many times, I want to be able to first of all. I have in quite a while I haven't like succeeded in like creating any yellow pools actually, even I mean without any other like I mean related achievement. So I want to show you the yellow pools, even though there are tons of like photographs, but I mean it will be beneficial for the new audience to see like live new yellow pools and to see exactly how they look like live on live television, and also of course I mean to see if it's actually related to the issue of magnetism. The problem with the strong magnets is that they are, I mean, these are, I mean, permanent magnets, and I'm not sure that. We need to see how the Neros react to like strong magnets, even if they are permanent ones. I mean, you can of course use the speaker to create variable magnets, and that's actually how speaker works. But these speakers doesn't work, so I need to fix it or to just to create something new from it. And I need to study this thing a little bit more. I'll do it today and tomorrow or on this weekend. So there's a lot to do, but I mean, you know, science is not something easy, so it's done this slowly. And you should remember that, I mean, even in the past when like I had like successful slides, it's not that, I mean, after 1 hour or 2 hours you see amazing things. I mean, you need to put it in the freezer for a couple of days, and I mean, and even after that, when you get it, you take it out, you only see like yellow pools. You don't see that, I mean, amazing like clonings of bugs. I mean, in order to see it, you need to put like in an airtight like compartment. Could be outside of the freezer for another something like between 7 and 10 days. So it takes time. I mean, these are microscopic workers. I mean, and especially when they don't have any kind of like electrical support, which is still, I mean, a big issue. I mean, how I mean, as you understand, like how do I harness the power of electricity to help them do things quicker, as we've seen that they can actually create a worm, which is a huge thing compared to the microscopic things they do, and they create like a good, I mean, maybe 6 or 7 or 8 living worms in maybe 3 hours, and that was documented many times when it's in the electrolysis container. So we need to, I mean, so of course electricity will help us immensely, but I mean, and as you understand, it's not trivial to actually harness the power of electricity in a way that will be productive. There are all sorts of consideration. I understand that many people like really like the idea. Of course, it's not like the original idea. And many electrical like devices, appliances, even I mean everything that you can find in your home, I mean contains this. I mean implementation of this idea one way or the other. So it's not new to do the reverse magnetism and electricity. So I mean, to use some kind of like a coil like this in a way that I mean to create to create actually like a current along a conductor without the the conductor to be actually like itself be connected to the sockets, and this way to avoid the issue of melting of the electrolysis rods and the rubber and the plastic. All the, so many people like this idea. Of course, it's nothing new. As I said, I mean, you can find this kind of an implementation in like everywhere. Like I mean, I think perhaps most common in just fans. A fan is something like that actually. Because I mean, it's not a complete cycle like I'm intended to do, because I mean, I mean, you don't want to generate current, you don't want to generate like rotor, but I mean, like rotation, but you do it but it's somewhere like I mean, related to what I say, but I mean, in my implementation is to do the complete cycle. I mean, after you get like the moving electric the moving like magnetic parts, I mean, to again like transform it to current, or transform is not the correct term. I mean, to create, I mean, to use the current that is, I mean, that appear when the conductor is inside the shifting magnetic field, in order to actually create a circuit. So we will maybe see. Yeah, it's a good idea, and I will work on it later. But as I said, currently the issue is not. I mean, what I want to do now is specifically like establish the relation, or disprove this theory, and find maybe another theory of like how cloning is related to magnetism, and not specifically how to use electricity for the benefit of more efficient work, which is very important. But this is done in parallel. Please, God, get me out of this hell. Israeli it's the bottom of the barrel, and the Shabak are the really, I mean, trash juice. I mean, the lowest of the lowest, like the juice that, I mean, in the bottom of something that is completely rotten and disgusting. And oh my God, it's so disgusting. Get me out of here. Why do I and my daughters need to be in this place? Why? I understand there is a gate here, but it's better that it be closed forever. And there are Titans here, but they liked they're like slaves, and they don't want families, they don't want sex life. They liked, I mean, to be mouses for the Shabak and the Mossad forever. So I mean, why do I need to be here, God? Why? I mean, what more do I need to contribute to this den of thieves, this disgusting warmongering and money grabbing pieces of shit?